quench my fingers this time. Thank you. If you're thirsty, this is yours.
Okay.
And the handle, and it's a Kelvin, and then
Yeah,
mine has
yeah, I
my
see.
logo on it. This is not my logo. This was in the office. This was just in the office. I hear you're a twin.
Sure am.
Yeah?
Yep.
How long has that been a thing?
Since the womb.
Is this an identical twin?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Same, like, interests? Same habits? Different interests?
I would say different. It was growing up until like the age of like, honestly, like 16, we were like exactly the same. Like the same personality.
Yeah.
Same everything.
Yeah.
We say now that we like had no personality because so like
right.
we just
You hadn't become
we hadn't found it yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got to college and then we realized we were very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And has that been like a good thing, or has it been like, oh dang, it was nice when I was like sharing thoughts with this other person?
Oh no, it's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've asked you this question before, but I'm going to ask it a different way. Have you ever Scooby-Dooed somebody?
No.
And what I mean by that, you know what I mean by that?
Yes.
What I mean by that is, have you ever pretended to be your sister and like intentionally gotten away with it?
No, we have not. And that is probably one of the questions I honestly get the most
It's
as a twin.
Yeah.
But the answer is always no. We tried once in driver's training class because we had it together and we just swapped seats, but the teacher wasn't smart enough to understand.
Didn't notice that.
We didn't pull it off. No.
Yeah.
But we just always thought like the classes never like lined up, and then like we knew enough people in the classes where they'd be like, "Why are you in here?
Why are you being so weird?
Like you're not in this class." So like it just never worked.
Have you
Sometimes
ever-
like on the phone though it works.
You sound the same too, that same voice?
Apparently, like my mom will talk to me as Cassie. It doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
But sometimes she thinks I'm Cassie, and then I just roll with it.
Yeah.
See what
That's
happens.
bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, in a good way.
Yeah.
It's like such a unique experience that you get to share.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered Scooby-Dooing me?
No.
All right. I appreciate that. Although I wouldn't know.
Using Olivia.
Yeah, right.
I'm doing it right now.
You're doing it right now for the first time. You're really good at it. Yeah. Well, because I told you this story. Like one time, I crossed paths with your sister on campus, and I didn't know you had a sister, and I'm sure they didn't know you had a twin. And we made eye contact as she walked past me from about this far away, maybe further, and she was with a group of friends heading towards a movie or a concert. And she made eye contact and gave me like a 1 second look by, and then big timed me and kept walking down the hallway. And I'm like, Stallmer just big timed me like with a group of friends in front of like I was with a few people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't feel like that fits her personality. And then I later realized that the person I made eye contact with literally had never met me before.
Yeah.
And it was disarming that it wasn't you. Like
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's bizarre.
Yeah. Well, that's what we like have to deal with that like most people don't. Like I saw someone that I knew was in Cassie's class, and like I know of her, but I don't know her. And I like saw her and I smiled. But like Cassie definitely would have like had conversation with her, so I texted her and was like, "Does this Kirsten girl know that like you have a twin?" Because like I was like, I don't want you to seem rude.
Yeah.
So
right.
I have to think about that when I just pretend to be her. Like if someone crosses paths with me and they're like, "Hey Cassie," I'm just like, "Hi," until it gets really awkward and they're like
talking to you
about something specific. Like her prof, I was in the science building and she was like, "Hi Cassie, how are you?" I was like, "I'm good, how are you?" And then she started asking me questions. And it's like when they start asking questions and it's like, I don't know what to do now.
How do you back out of that?
You just walk away.
And then like scurry away, run away.
You scurry, yeah.
You like slide.
Or you have to have the awkward, "I'm actually not Cassie" conversation, and that's just brutal.
And then who's embarrassed, them or you? Because it's not their fault.
Yeah, it's not,
Yeah, and you're just sitting there doing your homework. Yeah, and they just don't know. Oh man, that's a trip.
Yeah.
One time, where I used to teach, I had identical twins also in a graphic design class, and they also wear very similar clothing, and they were like sort of like a, I don't know. They would wear long dresses, and they would sometimes wear like these hats, and the hats were very similar. And I know for a fact, until I got to know them better, that they would mess with me that way.
Really?
Oh yeah, for sure. And they've never admitted to it, but I think if I were to like send like Steph a text and be like, "Tell me how many times you and Danny like pretended to be each other when there was something going on. It would be like 5. Like it has to.
Yeah.
Because they were just mischievous people. It was like, they would have been like, I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't do it.
See, I think she could get away with it. I don't think I could.
Oh.
She's definitely more mischievous.
Oh.
And I cannot keep a secret to save my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see like mannerisms are similar? Like,
I don't know. I guess that's a better question for someone else who like is looking at us.
mannerisms.
But I guess most people think once you get to know us, no. But like right away, yes.
yeah. It's interesting. I don't know. I'm sort of fascinated by
Yeah.
the experience of that because most people don't have that experience. So it's a trait. It's probably a blessing too. I think that you get to share. Have you had the situation like I have this thing with my brother sometimes who I'm like sitting there reading, right? I'm like reading some information and then I will literally like and look like at the phone. I can feel it coming, and then the phone will ring, and it's my brother. And I'm like, I felt that coming before
Wow.
it rang. Like, how is that possible? Do you have like that? Like your sister's about to come down the stairway, or she's on the way home and she's about to pull in the driveway. Like anything, like dogs do that. I feel
Yeah.
like, do we get to
I
do
don't
that?
know. I don't know. I feel like that's almost more like just being with someone so often, like
Yeah.
a sibling. Even like if you're with a sibling a lot, you can just kind of like sense that.
Yeah, you can kind of. You think some of them might be like routine,
Yeah.
like it's that time of day, or
True.
dad's coming home from work, or
Yeah.
it's time for the dog to take a run, or But there's some other situations I have where I can't explain them. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
that's
can't hear a
weird.
phone call coming.
No.
But I definitely was like, something's weird, man. That phone's about to ring, and then it rings, and then you know who it is. You knew who it was before it rang.
Wow.
You could like feel it coming. I don't know. That's bizarre. So you like to illustrate, huh?
Yeah.
And you also like to design, a little design,
Mhm.
and a little photo taking.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are they different? Do you think? How are they the same?
Ooh. I would say that like it's kind of on like a spectrum of how much like thought I put into it. Like with photography, I just kind of like I don't really think. I just kind of take like at this point. And then I think design is probably the thing I think about the most because of like the different aspects of like type and like you kind of have to think a little bit more.
Or you feel like you're being more intentional?
Yeah.
When you're
And then
whatever that means?
if I'm illustrating, it's usually doodles, so I'm usually just like not thinking too hard. And then with photography, that one's probably in the middle, I
Yeah.
would say.
But I feel like there's a lot of your illustration has influenced and then became what you're using in your design as well. Do you think that your design has become more flexible as you've gotten more used to it, or flexible the more your illustration has moved into your design? Or do you feel like those two things don't have to be related? I told you there wouldn't be any technical questions, and now here is one.
I know. I would say it's become more flexible probably the more I illustrate,
Yeah.
I would say. Or just the more I do it.
Yeah. If a flower shop offered you a job tomorrow, would you take it?
Yes. Immediately.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you design floral arrangements? Or would you rather grow like fancy plants?
Well, okay, so the reason that I like flowers, so my dad sells software to greenhouses.
Okay.
And so like he gets plants as like his barter for doing services.
Sure.
So like every summer he gets like thousands of pots that he puts in our yard. I think it's too much.
Yeah.
He loves it. And they're everywhere. Like we live in a cul-de-sac and like so not many people get to see it.
Yeah.
But like our entire yard is flowers.
Yeah.
And then my sister moved out into the country and she has a flower farm.
Yeah.
So like that's just kind of like been in my family
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think both of those answers,
Yeah.
like the growing and the arranging, and I've gotten to do a little bit of all of it.
Do you think that's something that you'll like follow up with later? Do you think that is that those animals, those plants, like that those creatures are something that you're gonna habitate with, that you're gonna have an affinity for? Like, do you think that because there's been plants around you so much
Yeah.
that you're gonna want to persist in having them around you in such
Yeah,
quantities?
I think so. I don't know how I couldn't, after just like being around them my whole life and seeing what they can do.
Well, it's good for you, yeah?
Yeah.
So will you guys take those out every year? Like, done with these tulips, done with these, hostas, we're putting something different in now, or do they build on top of each other? If he's
He
getting those
mostly
ones?
gets I think it's the annuals that you have to plant every year.
Yeah,
He has like some hostas and stuff that sometimes he moves them around if he's feeling up to it, but for the most part it's like he gets stuff that he has to plant in June or July, and then he has to
take it out
in August should be like September, and he lets these things stay in the ground or in a pot until like the snow falls.
Yeah. Why does he do that?
They're his babies.
Yeah,
he waters them like 3 times a day.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like a novice. Like I would do the same thing. I will like pick plants out of a pot, but I only get like 20. I don't get a lot. And then I will not want to let them die until I won't take them out of the ground until like they freeze.
Yeah.
Because they're one shot anyway.
Yeah. The worst was when he would go on like business trips for a week, and Cassie and I would be in charge of watering the flowers, because like that's a big deal.
Yeah.
If these things die.
Yeah, you're responsible.
You're responsible. Yeah.
Does it now? He wasn't like a gardener or anything, or was he? Was he trained as a gardener, or he just he likes it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he does some landscaping, but I think that's what he would do when he retires. Is to like garden more. But I honestly don't know how he got into that.
Yeah.
It started as computer science, and he found his little niche.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you would want to grow plants, or you'd want to like arrange cut plants?
I probably arrange. I think I have more of an eye for that. I think the growing would be hard. I can't keep plants alive. So.
Inside or outside?
Inside.
Yeah, I can't either.
Our house is full, like the house I'm renting is full of plants, and like 2 of them are mine.
Yeah.
Because I can't keep them alive.
I can't figure it out. I do my best with some of them. I think I don't water them frequently enough, or I sure don't feed them at all, but I keep them in like a lit corner, and I try to keep them hydrated, but then they end up just like slowly dying over time, and I just don't know. Like if I feel like if I water them too much, they die.
Yeah.
If I don't water them enough, they die, and whatever I do is one or the other. So if I try to water them more, they still die, and if I water them less, they're still dying. It's like, well,
you just can't win.
where's the middle? It's like such a fine line. I don't think it's supposed to be. They're houseplants, and that's what they're complicated. We got one that was uncomplicated by design. Like I don't remember what they're called. Like it's like a corn plant. It looks kind of like a corn stalk, but it's not. It doesn't flower. It's just a big green plant. It's tall, and it's like all you have to do is water it sparingly. And so I watered it sparingly, and then it started like losing leaves. I'm like, well, maybe you want more water. Then it loses more leaves. I'm like, I don't know what to do with you. Like,
interesting.
I can't figure it out.
The only one I've been able to keep alive like for years is a snake plant.
Are those the ones that you don't need to water at all, or which ones are those? Like vines?
No, they're like I don't know how to describe them.
Does it hiss? Like
No,
a snake?
no. I don't know why it's called that.
No.
Olivia Mason probably knows.
I'll ask her in a few
You
minutes.
ask her about the snake plants. I don't have details.
Yeah, don't let her know. We're gonna ask her about the snake. I think I have one more question. I gotta get rid of the book. 'Cause
Okay.
I missed something that was probably important. Oh, I do. If you could sum up this program in one word.
One word?
One word. What would it be?
Oh my goodness, did other people get this question?
No.
Sum up this program in one.
I have a word.
You have a word.
I have a word. Bananas.
I mean, that's not far off.
No. But you can't use mine.
Can I have 2 words?
Sure. Yeah, that's fair.
In the best way possible, I feel it's like organized chaos.
Ooh, that could be a hyphenated word. Like
Yeah,
organized
yeah.
chaos. Orgacos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
We're out of time.
Okay.
Yeah. You can pick. There's 2 things to pick from. One is balance stick. I have to check and see if it's still around. It is. Balance stick, or unnecessarily awkward handshake.
Does anyone pick the handshake?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. I'm gonna go with the stick.
Well, one person picked the handshake.
Okay.
It was Matt. We forced him to,
Gotcha.
and it was awkward. And it was supposed to be. So, balance stick. Make sure I don't pull my microphone off. Okay. The balance stick. This is the balance stick.
Okay.
And you can use whatever end you want to, but the test is you're going to try to balance it on your finger for 5 seconds.
Oh dear.
Whenever you're ready.
I mean, why would you choose this end? Does it have more? This feels heavier.
Maybe that's why, right? It's like, where's this?
Oh dear. 5 seconds on one finger.
Yeah, one finger.
This is not going to go well.
Or 2 seconds. I'll hold your cup.
Okay, thanks.
Bad happens. 2, 3.5.
3.
3.
That was good.
Olivia, Stallmer, everybody. Many thanks for watching. Be sure and to like and subscribe to The Beam. To do so, exert continuous physical force on the like button. Should be over there. And we'll be back on the press next week with another episode. Until then, stay well, keep your balance, and stay on The Beam.